Starkey, spring training. It's become an annual tradition with you and Sunday News photographer Jeff Rubenthal. I was regaled with some of your antics down there. Maybe we can't share all of that, but the baseball stuff we can. Jason Werth. Jason Werth, you had a nice long discussion with Jason Werth, who has the mountain man look going. He's got contractual issues. But you got to talk to him about baseball issues. So tell us a little bit about your talk with Werth.
Yeah, the reporters told me ahead of time, some of the guys are down there, he's a little bit testy this year, and don't bring up the contract. You know, he's not going to talk about that. He's not going to talk about the facial hair. So I went, let's talk about hitting, and he liked that. And the guy has come on the last year and a half with his hitting. One of the keys, I think, is he's finally been healthy and finally getting to see a lot of pitches. One of the things he said was even when he was a platoon outfielder 3 years ago, he still batted .298 and still did well. And last year, 2 years ago, 24 home runs. This last year, when he said he can come to the ballpark, Mike, and feel like no matter what he did, he was going to be in the lineup, he puts up 36 home runs. He puts up, 20-some steals.
I think that's right. Yeah, I mean, I saw a more
99
comfortable
RBIs.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
Starkey. I saw a more comfortable hitter who was more willing to take pitches, more willing to work counts. Maybe it's going to cost you a few points in your batting average, but you're going to drive the ball more. You're going to be more of a run producer, and I think that definitely is what happened with him.
You hit a key thing there, taking pitches. He led the league in take pitches last year. Pitches taken.
Close to that Bobby Abreu almost approach to hitting. Now, I'm not comparing them in any other way, but yeah.
And he wasn't the only one. There's like two other Phillies, and I have to look it up to see who they are. But I'm going to write an article hopefully for this weekend for the Sunday News with Jason Werth. A nice little feature. Rubenthal got a really cool shot down there, Bright House Field. He's coming out of the tunnel too. But
that has been a Phillies tradition, really, in the last 7, 8, 9 years. They have been a team that's been selective, makes pitchers work. That's a very valuable skill.
When you get a guys on base, that lineup they have, and you're taking pitches, that just makes it extra hard on the pitcher.
Well, that's how you get guys on base. Yeah, part of it. Yeah.
Yet you got Ryan Howard that did all those strikeouts, and yet they're still able to do what they do.
Yeah.
I did ask Werth. I know you don't set goals. You're not going to talk about your goals, but come on, you're going for 100 RBIs this year. You had 99 last year, and he said, yeah, I'm going to look to do it, but it's tough when Howard has 140 RBIs in front of me. When you got that many ribbies in front. But yet, Felice still had a lot of RBIs behind Werth. So you get on base in this lineup, they're going to knock you in.
Oh, no question. A lot of potential in this offense. Yep. Starkey, a lot of people who follow the Phillies very aware of who the starting lineup's going to be, who the starting eight's going to be, and pretty aware of, with maybe one question, essentially what the starting rotation is going to be. People want to know who's going to pitch out of the bullpen. What do you got from us from Florida on that?
Well, you know some of the names, but these guys got some injuries right now. Brad Lidge, J.C. Romero, I got to talk to both of those guys. I don't think any of them are going to be ready to break camp and start when they start against the Nationals. I think they're taking them both very slow so they don't come back with another injury. Lidge says it's not going to be one pitch where he knows he's back. It's going to take an outing where he really feels like things go well for him. Both of these guys, but especially Lidge, it's about confidence.
About confidence and being healthy. I mean, I just think those are two big parts of it. And we should point out, I think, that I think most of the teams in the major leagues don't have a real clear idea what their bullpen situation is going to be in March, and I'm not sure that's a big deal.
And the Phillies, maybe it's a little bit more clear than some teams, but I think when you got your closer and your key left-hand setup guy that are hurt right now, it's got me scratching my head why they didn't maybe address some more areas. Now, I did get to talk to Ryan Madsen, also Chad Durbin a little bit as well. Madsen says he really hopes that these guys all come back into the roles they have, that they didn't have the experience, Madsen, Durbin, to fill in like they probably should have last year. And there was hence all the blown saves. If everybody fits into their roles, he likes the versatility of a Danny Baez who can come in, Danny's Baez, who can come in like the 6th, 7th inning, or could close because he's done it. You got Jose Contreras as well, can do multiple things.
Yeah, these are guys that can pitch more than one inning, I think. And that's how they're going to be used. I hope that's how they're going to be used.
I think they need one more left-hander down there. It looks like Antonio Bastardo had one bad outing in the spring, and that's about it. That was at the very beginning of the spring. I was at that game. It was horrible. But he's bounced back pretty nicely. If you can put him with Romero, maybe you get a nice combination. So it could fit together pretty nicely, but I think you got some wild cards with what's going to happen with Romero and Lidge, who aren't in there. Lidge finally threw in a minor league game the other day, but he hasn't done it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. They certainly won't be in the roles that they want to be in the beginning of the season. And we should bear in mind that the Phillies, the first couple weeks of the season, they don't even need 5 starters. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do. You could maybe make Kendrick a reliever if he's not going to be in the rotation or whatever. But I mean, they've got some options. They don't have things firmed down right now. But again, I think that's the case with an awful lot of major league teams.
Quick point: starter, the 5th starter spot, Moyer, Kendrick. Who do you like?
Kendrick for me. I think Jamie Moyer is at or very, very near the end. And if you have to make him an occasional long reliever, spot starter. Again, you don't need 5 starters in the first couple weeks. I mean, that's what that would be my idea going in, and I'm sure that he is going to start games for the Phillies. I think Kendrick is too. It's a work in progress.
I think you're right. I think Kendrick should be starting, but it's not going to happen. It's Moyer. Probably comes down to money.
Oh yeah, it is going to be Moyer. Yeah,
I
sure.
think Kendrick's a pretty good backup plan. He's had a really good spring.